Fantasy from the Fairway returns. It is time for the Players' Championship. Unfortunately, Fantasy from the Fairway returns without the other half of the show. One, Jenks Jr. the third. The fourth will be absent for this episode. We wish him well as he battles some sort of illness that is not COVID-19. But anyway, we are at the Players' Championship, a mere 20 minutes from my house, and I will not be attending. Unfortunate. We're going to roll into the picks from last week. I have specific instructions from Jenks Jr. III to say horrible things about Francesco Molinari. I will not do that. But he's very, very upset at the turn of events, and there has been a change in the way the picks are being done due to what will be known as the Fitzpatrick-Molinari situation of this week. If you're new, we both wanted Fitzpatrick. I took him. He went with Molinari, and that's the situation. I, once again, did not get a top 25 right, but I probably never will again. But Fitzpatrick puts me in a good spot with the FedEx Cup points going into the Players' Championship at TPC Sawgrass in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. Par 72, 7,189 yards, designed by Pete Dye, and is home to the most famous hole in golf, the 17th. Okay, this is the first time I've seen this on the slides. Jenks must have been in here messing with it. I'm guessing Nick Watney, the first dude that got COVID on the tour, finished DFL last year in the first round, so he was nice enough to put him on there. Rory, obviously, is the defending champion. Looks to be the first player to ever win 2 Players' Championships in a row. Webb Simpson, the 2018 winner. Very interesting, those two being winners of this event. Usually there's correlation. There is no correlation between Webb Simpson and Rory McIlroy. Rory bombs it. Webb does not. Webb's very accurate off the tee. Rory is not. Webb is a very good putter. Rory is a good putter, but he is not a great putter in the caliber of Webb Simpson. Very interesting, the difference in winners there. But those are your most recent winners. And Nick Watney, apparently your most recent last-place finisher. The key stats, this is an approach golf course. Obviously, greens regulation approach are going to matter. The most important thing about TPC Sawgrass is being where you're supposed to be, staying in position. If you get out of position on this golf course, it will eat you alive. But if you can stay in the fairway, hit greens, make some putts, you will win this tournament. It is a tough golf course, but it is not a tough golf course if you stay in your spots. Around the green is going to matter if you get out of your spots. If you miss greens, around the greens are tough. So being good at playing around the green is important. Driving accuracy, again, being in position. Strokes gained putting is another big stat this week, as well as par 5s, as you see on your screen. 10K and above. These are accurate rankings. Kevin ranked his players. He put Brooks Koepka at the top as a joke, I believe, which means you will see his lineup as Rory, Dustin, Xander, Jon Rahm. He is not here, obviously, to defend himself on why he picked who he picked. But I can defend myself. Dustin Johnson is still the best player in the world. I know it looked rough last time out at the concession, but he's still the best player in the world. His last 3 finishes here are 12th, 17th, and 5th. He's 3rd strokes gained approach this year, 17th greens in regulation, 9th around the green. Dustin Johnson is the best player in the world currently. Rory McIlroy is my second, as he is Kevin's first. The stats are underwhelming. He obviously is the defending champion. So far this year, the stats are not great. 87th approach, 130th around the green, greens regulation, 90th around the green, 148th in driving accuracy, 80th putting. I'm not worried about it for Rory. Jon Rahm, who was the leader going into Sunday in 2019, who collapsed, allowing Rory McIlroy and Jim Furyk to be the two in contention at the end. He did finish 12th in that year. This year he's 17th strokes gained approach, tied 14th greens regulation. He's tied 20th in the par 5s in the area we're looking at. He is 133rd in putting, though. Xander Schauffele comes in 4th here for me, and these guys are all very close. Rory, Rahm, even DJ. It is very close. These are all good options. Xander, 26th on approach this year, 39th greens and regulation, 37th around the green, 10th putting, 12th for the par 5s. Finished second here in 2018. All very, very good options, I believe. The 9K range, as we move through, it's going to be a quick one. Today, Justin Thomas will never be this price again, most likely, so you might want to jump on that. He's 5 for 5 cuts here. He's never missed. He finished 11th in 2018. 6th best player on strokes gained approach this year. 45th greens and regulation. 23rd and around the green. I like Justin Thomas. I know. Bryson DeChambeau thumbs down after he wins, right? Here's the thing with Bryson. I feel, and this is a feel thing, that Bryson will be out of position at this golf course. I could be wrong because it doesn't seem to matter with Bryson, but he's 106th greens in regulation, 128th in driving accuracy. I just feel with Bryson that, first of all, the price is ridiculous. 9.7 is not right, but they had this out before the Arnold Palmer was over, so they had not known that he won yet. I just have a bad feeling that he's going to get out of position and things will spiral quickly for Bryson. It's a feel thing with me and Bryson. I would not play him. With that being said, he could win. He has the ability to win here, but how often does somebody win back-to-back? So I would stay away from Bryson because I think the winner comes out of the 9K range, but I do not think it will be Bryson DeChambeau. Webb Simpson is obviously a thumbs up. He's good on approach, hits a lot of greens. He's good around the greens. He hits fairways, and he's a great putter. Believe it or not, he plays the par 5s in the area. We're looking at 15th best on tour, so there's no reason to not like Webb. His last finishes here in 2017, he finished 16th. He obviously won in 2018, and he finished 16th again in 2019. No reason not to go with Webb. Colin Morikawa, the WGC winner, is next. He's the number 1 player on tour, strokes gained on approach. 4th greens in regulation, 44th strokes gained around the green, but if you're on the green, it doesn't matter. 13th in driving accuracy. He is 192nd in putting, which is surprising for a guy that wins as much as he has so far in his career. 24th par 5s in the area. Colin Morikawa is I'd say he's a must play. He plays tough golf course as well. Obviously, the WGC he won and the PGA Championship he won. So, great option at 9.4. Unbelievably underpriced. The last 2 winners coming out of the 9K range. Pretty incredible. Victor Hovland is next. We like Victor Hovland. He did have an explosion this weekend at the Arnold Palmer. He was in contention, but that did not last long. Well, it lasted all the way up until the weekend, I should say. He is the 35th best player on approach so far this year. 23rd in greens and regulation. He's 80th around the green, but again, if you're on it, you don't have to play around it. 91st in driving accuracy and 113th in putting. That does worry me, but his last finishes on the tour, he finished 2nd at the WGC, finished 5th at the Genesis Open, finished 6th at the Saudi International on the European Tour, 2nd at the Farmers Insurance Open. This guy is on a heater. I had originally decided I was going to pick Victor Hovland to win this week. I have changed that. However, it would not shock me at all if he did win. Patrick Cantlay is next. We haven't seen Patrick Cantlay since he withdrew the WGC in Bradenton. He must have had too much of the family feast at the 64 Sunnies. However, he is the 43rd best player, strokes gained approach, 36th greens in regulation, 10th around the green, 85th driving accuracy, 36th putting. I have him thumbs down because I think he is definitely playable at 9,200. He is hot, but he was cut here in 2019. He finished 22nd in 2017, 23rd in 2018, so nothing inside the top 20 when you've got, Webb in this range. You've got Morikawa and Hovland, who I think are can't miss here. So that's why I did that. Cantlay is very much playable, but I had had to do something. Tony Finau, we all know he's probably not going to win, but he might finish second. He's 11th strokes gained approach, 45th greens regulation, 39th around the green, 81st putting. He's made 2 out of 4 cuts here. His best finish 22nd in 2019. But he's a significantly better golfer than he was then. He's hot. Multiple second-place finishes recently. Tony Finau definitely playable. Patrick Reed, this is not a Patrick Reed golf course. His best finish here was 22nd in 2017. However, he finished 41st and 47th in 18 and 19. This is not a Patrick Reed golf course. He's not a good approach player. He does not hit a lot of greens. He's okay around the green. He's good driving accuracy, but he's not an approach player. So Patrick Reed is not a viable option, in my opinion, this week. Hopefully he doesn't cheat again, though. Saw some of that on Twitter. People were ruthless getting after him. 8K range, hot 8K range. This is a good 8K range, but it could be bad if you go with the wrong selections. Here, Scotty Scheffler is usually a thumbs down thanks to Jenks Jr. the third. He's a thumbs up this week because he's 25th greens in regulation, 31st around the green, 22nd driving accuracy, 54th par 5s in the area. I got a feeling. Scotty Scheffler, he's turned it around. He was playing miserably. It seems he's found it in a way. 5th at the WGC. Recently 20th at the Genesis Open, which was a tough golf course. 7th at the Phoenix Open. So he's on a good little run. He was looking rough at the beginning of 2021. He has turned it around. He's definitely playable here. Hideki Matsuyama at 8,700 is also thumbs up as I skip over Daniel Berger, but we'll come back to that. Hideki Matsuyama, don't forget, set the course record last year in the first round of the Players' Championship before it was canceled. The course record. He tied the course record of a 63. So I like Hideki. 38th strokes gained approach, 93rd greens regulation, 31st around the green, 73rd driving accuracy. He had an 8th place finish here in 2019. He's a bad putter, we know that, but Hideki, I'm rolling with it. Had a couple. At the WGC, he made a massive number on the finishing hole on what I believe was Friday. He doesn't do that. He's right in contention there. He still finished 18th, he finished 15th at the WGC. He finished 18th at the Arnold Palmer. So he's playing well right now. He did not make the cut at the Genesis, but he looks to be in form right now. I definitely think you could play Hideki. Berger, I have thumbs down as a and here's why. He's 187th around the green and 201st in par 5s in the area. That concerns me. He's also, his finishes here, 67th in 2019 and 57th in 2018. So no good finishes. I worry if he gets out of position, it looks like he's going to have a problem. I like a lot of guys in this range, so I stay away from Berger. Jordan Spieth, who is on absolute fire. By the way, Jordan Spieth is my favorite golfer. Tyrrell Hatton is one of my favorite golfers. I love Sung Jae too, actually. It pains me to put them all thumbs down, but it is what it is. Jordan is 204th on the tour in greens regulation. That's bad. And he's been playing so well, so consider that. Now, he is 11th around the green, so he is a good around the green player. But here's the thing. 204th greens and regulations, 220th in driving accuracy. So he's going to be out of position. That's the thing. The other thing is he's been cut 4 out of 6 times here. The year he won the FedEx Cup, he was cut here. He plays the par 5s in the area, 106th best on tour. There's no real reason other than his great play right now to believe Jordan is going to play well. There's been major predictions that he's going to win from, I believe, Trevor Immelman, it was, on Twitter. I don't think that's going to be the case this week. I love Jordan. I hope he wins. I will cheer for him. I will not have him in my DraftKings, however. His best finish here was 4th, but that was in 2014. Tyrrell Hatton is next. Love Tyrrell Hatton. He has never played this course well. He's made 1 out of 3 cuts. His only finish time that he wasn't cut, he finished 41st. He is a good approach player. He's 10th right now on the tour, strokes gained. He is horrible around the green. 200th. He's 71st greens regulation. If this guy gets out of position, it could spiral fast for Tyrrell Hatton. Tyrrell Hatton also never shows up in the big moments. He's okay in the Ryder Cup, but at majors, he always has just not been good. There's no other way to put it. He just hasn't been good at majors. this is as big as a major, I would stay away from Terrell Hatton. Paul Casey has one of the most interesting stat lines you will ever come across at the Players' Championship. He's been cut 6 out of 10 times. However, he also has 2 withdrawals. So he has 12 starts in this event. He's been cut 6 of those times. 2 of those times he's withdrawn. However, when he actually sticks it out and plays 4 rounds, he finished 10th in 04, he finished 14th in 09, 23rd in 2016, 22nd in 2017. So if he makes the cut and doesn't quit, he's going to have a pretty decent finish. He's top 100 in every stat we look at but putting. Paul Casey, just hope he makes the cut. He's playing well right now. He had a good finish at Pebble. No reason to believe Paul Casey won't make the cut, but just know it 60% of the time, he doesn't. It is what it is. Sungjae Im is next. Sungjae had a rough week last week. He didn't make the cut, but it was bogey, then birdie, then eagle. Lots of eagles for Sungjae, but the problem was he still, I think, was only 1 under for the tournament. His only appearance here, he was cut, and that was in 2019. Sungjae is very bad around the green. However, his driving accuracy is 11th on tour. He's an all-right putter. He plays the par 5s all right. He's 32nd best greens and regulation percentage. I got a feeling on this one. Not rolling with Sungjae. Fitzpatrick, the guy that got me 60 FedEx Cup points, is next. He is 60th best on approach this year. However, 165th greens and regulation. I'm going to stay away from that. His best finish here is 41st. Then you come to Adam Scott. Crazy numbers with Adam Scott. 4 straight top 12s at this event. Top 12s. He's made 15 out of 19 cuts here. He was a 2004 champion. The stats this year are not very good, but I'm going to go with history over current. Adam Scott. Jason Day, similar scenario. 4 straight made cuts at this event, including being the 2016 champion. Finished 5th in 2018 and 8th in 2019. Again, the stats are not great this year because Jason Day was looking miserable at the beginning of the season. However, things have changed for Jason Day. 31st last week. It is what it is. However, WGC T18, Pebble T7, and going back to the RSM Classic T12. Playing well. Again, I'm going history over the stats. I'll take Jason Day in the 8K range. We're going to the 7K now. Starts with Cam Smith, who's having a great year. However, he's never had good history here. He's only made 1 out of 3 cuts. I don't love him. I don't hate him, but I won't be playing him. Tommy Fleetwood is next. Top 10 finish here in 2018 and 19. He's good around the green. He looked better last week. I think Fleetwood's definitely playable. Louis Oosthuizen finished 2nd here in 2017. 13th around the green. 3rd putting so far this year on tour. Louis Oosthuizen, very playable. Justin Rose is the first person that appears on the graphic in the 7K range. It's going to be a no. Justin Rose. He withdrew in the middle of the 3rd round last week. That concerns me at 7-8. Also because I love Neiman. I can't imagine why you'd play Rose over Neiman. Speaking of Neiman. 13th greens of regulation, 48th around the green, or on approach, 43rd around the green, 66th putting, 80th driving accuracy, and 11th par 5s in the area. Neiman has not missed a cut yet this year. Getting him at $7,700 is a steal. Gotta roll with Neiman. Billy Ho is next. He's made 5 out of his last 6 cuts here. 45th on tour in greens and regulation. 71st putting, 46th driving accuracy, 16th par 5s in the area. Playing well. He was cut from the Arnold Palmer, but he's playing well. Billy Horschel, playable. Kokrak has made his last 2 cuts here. However, he missed the 5 before that. 33rd greens regulation, 14th putting. Kokrak, interesting option. How did I skip this on the graphic? Will Zalatoris. This right here, you have to listen. You can't just skip through the slides to get this information. Will Zalatoris in the 7K range is a crime, folks. A crime. 8th strokes gained on approach at an approach golf course. 44th greens in regulation. 40th par 5s in the area. Will Zalatoris. How can you not play Will Zalatoris at this price? He's going to be owned in... What number do I want to go with? I'm going to say in the $1 million contest, Will Zalatoris is going to be owned in 27% of lineups, and he's going to finish inside the top 20. That is my prediction. Here's the thing. Zalatoris, the Korn Ferry God, coming to the PGA Tour, who apparently plays every week on sponsors exemptions. This guy was in the Korn Ferry Tour last year. I just want to make that known. His last finishes: 10th Arnold Palmer, 22nd WGC, 15th Genesis, 55th Pebble, 17th Waste Management, 7th Farmers, 52nd Mayakoba, 16th Bermuda, 5th Shriners. He was cut at Sanderson. Before that, 8th Punta Cana, 6th at the U.S. Open. I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Will Zalatoris, graduate of Wake Forest University in 2018, psychology degree, born in San Francisco, California. Are you kidding me? Will Zalatoris. Gotta play him. Max Homa, playing well. Definitely playable. Doesn't make the graphic, though. 81st strokes gained approach, 76th around the green, 76 putting, 30th par 5s in the area. Definitely playable. Molinari. If only Jenkins Jr. the third were here to hear that Molinari has 4 top 10s at this event, I wouldn't play him. He's been bad. You know what I mean? It's my opinion. Abraham Answer, $7,500. 12th here in 2019. Seems like a bit of a steal to get Answer at this price. Same with Neiman, same with Zalatoris. You could have a whole 7K team that probably would do pretty well for you. Answer, first in driving accuracy, 17th greens regulation. Definitely playable. Harris English, $7,500. Here's the problem. We love Harris here. However, he is 0 for the last 6 cuts at the Players' Championship. He has not been good since he won. I'm not going to beat him while he's down because we love Harris here, but you just can't. Sergio has not missed the cut at the Players' Championship since 2003. He has not missed the cut at the Players' Championship since 2003. He's played in every single one. Need I say more? Mark Leishman, no. Carlos Ortiz, playable. 42nd greens in regulation. 25th around the green. 9th par 5s in the areas. Carlos Ortiz having a very nice year. Shout out Carlos Ortiz. Russell Henley makes the graphic as here's why. He doesn't play well here. He's only made 1 of 3 cuts, but this is a different Russell Henley. 5th this year on approach, 9th greens in regulation, 19th driving accuracy. This guy's not going to be out of position. The question is, will he make putts? He's T97. I like Russell Henley. I think this is a different Russell Henley, like I said. He's definitely at least worth considering here. I think this is a different Russell Henley. We come to Rick the Brick Fowler, who has been nothing short of awful, ladies and gentlemen. I hate to put it that way, but he's been nothing short of awful. Now, here's the deal with Rick the Brick. And it's interesting. I didn't realize this until I looked into it a bit farther. He won in 2015. That's not the part that I didn't know. The part that I didn't know is besides the win and a second place finish in 2012, he's been horrible at the Players' Championship. Tied 47th, starting in 2019 we are. Tied 47th, 18 cut, 17 60th, 16 cut, 2015 he wins. 2014, 77th, 2013 cut, 2012 second, cut in 10 and 11. Yes, he won, but other than that, he's done nothing at this event. You cannot play Ricky Fowler right now. You can play Sam Burns. 33rd strokes gain approach, 26th greens in regulation, 22nd putting, 59th par 5s in the area. Sam Burns has never played here, but it's going to be a memorable first time. I can feel it. Bubba Watson is next. His best finish at this event since 2010 is 37th. So if you're looking for a dude to finish 37th or worse, Bubba is your guy. He's having a good year, kind of. He was, not so much now. Probably would not play Bubba. Lonto, 23rd on approach, 23rd putting. Everything else is really bad. I'd stay away from Lonto, but he's not a horrible play. Ryan Palmer finished 23rd in 2018. Ryan Palmer's having a good year. But I think he's definitely playable. 39th approach, 27th greens, 88th putting, 20th par 5s in the area. Ryan Palmer playable. Siwoo Kim is next. He has never missed the cut at the Players' Championship. Never. He won in 2017, obviously. He's won this year as well. 86th greens in regulation, so that's not very good, but he's 19th around the green, so he knows what to do when he's not on it. 91st par 5s in the area. Kisner, 22nd in 2019 at this event. 91st on approach. 33rd putting. 2nd driving accuracy. He's unlikely to be out of position off the tee, at least. He's an option. Tringale, having a great year, is going to get a win at some point. He hasn't played here since 2017 when he finished 35th. 46th strokes gained on approach. 41st greens regulation. 39th strokes gained putting. 25th par 5 in the area. Tringale definitely playable. Kuchar has one here. However, he's having a bad year. He's not playable right now. Lee Westwood, man. I got to talk directly to Lee now. Lee, we had some beef, but the dislike I have for Bryson DeChambeau had me rooting for you on Sunday. You didn't pull it out, but that's all right. Lee Westwood has great history at the Players' Championship, and he's playing well. I personally cannot tell anybody to play Lee Westwood after what happened last time I told people to play him, in which he's missed cuts, finished in DFL, all the things. But here's the thing. Lee Westwood at the Players' Championship, he hasn't played since 2017, where he finished 65th. He did not play in 16. He was cut in 15. However, in 14, he finished 6th. 13, he finished 8th. 2010, he finished 4th. And way back to 1998, when I was 1 year old, he finished 5th. In 1999, when I was 2 years old, he finished 6th. Pretty good history. Lee Westwood, he's playing well right now. You could take a flyer on Lee Westwood, but again, I'm not going to tell people to or to not play Lee Westwood any longer. Shane Lowry is a no. Cam Davis, I don't love it. And rounding out the 7K range, Chris Kirk, playable for sure. 40th strokes gained approach, 56th greens in regulation, 24th around the green, 66th driving accuracy. As we go to the 6K, and here's the deal with the 6K. I was doing the 6K while doing my job at work, so I'm only going to highlight guys that I think are worth talking about. I do not have something written for everybody like I usually do. Had to work. And Kevin is dying, I think. Hopefully not really, but it you never know. So those, as you see on the screen, are the... I've got more information than just what's on the screen, but that's what I like a lot. We start with Keegan Bradley, who I saw today at the Sawgrass Hotel where the players are staying. Saw old Keegs. Did not see his small, tiny little clubs, though. 9th strokes gained approach this year. Can you believe that? 31st greens of regulation. 93rd around the green. 32nd driving accuracy. Finished 16th here in 2019. 7th in 2018. Had a good week last week. Keegan, playable. Sebastian Munoz, I believe, is back to playable. 66th on approach. 91st greens of regulation. 75th driving accuracy. And 70th fives in the area. Munoz is a good approach player. This is an approach golf course. If he stays in position, he could have a good week. McNeely. These stats are incredibly poor. 164th on approach, 128th greens in regulation, 110th around the green, 107th driving accuracy, 169th putting, T95 par 5s in the area. That's a no. Brian Harman. 97th on approach, 45th putting, 48th driving accuracy, 31st par 5s in the area. Playable. Zach Johnson. 28th greens in regulation, 20th putting, 69th driving accuracy, nice. 68th on approach at 6,800, playable. Streelman, playing well. 4 straight made cuts this year, including 22nd at the Waste Management, 13th at Vedra Beach. 55th strokes gained approach, 16th greens regulation, 53rd driving accuracy. He's going to be in position. Will he be able to make the cut? Unconfirmed. Harold Varner, the third, is next, who finished 7th here in 2018. 31st strokes gained on approach, 99th greens regulation, 31st around the green, 47th 5-6s in the area, par 5s in the area. I don't know why I write it like that. Emiliano Grillo, playable. 56th strokes gained approach, 6th greens regulation, 70th driving accuracy, 3 straight made cuts at the Players' Championship. Luke List, I would not go with this week after he let me down last week, but that's not why. His best finish here at the Players' Championship is 56th. 106th strokes gained approach, 128th around the green, 211th putting, 186 driving accuracy. Luke List is going to be a no. Brendan Steele, who finished 6th here in 2017. He's an all-right approach player, hit 45th greens in regulation, 39th driving accuracy. If he's in position, Steele is confirmed for a made cut if he can stay in position. Danny Willett, who I've seen at this event like 4 years in a row, has never made the cut here. He also withdrew once. That's all I'm saying about that. Tom Lewis, 198th on approach, 191 greens in regulation, 116 around the green, 150 putting, no. And per the usual, Ches Reavie is a no. Poor Ches. He's done nothing to me. If anything, this show has offended Ches way more than we should have. He did make the cut last week. Ain't that something? Good for Ches, man. He needs something to go his way since we can't even go his way on this show. That's it for the sixth, the top of the sixth. Like I said, I was at work. Those are the options I like. And these will be the 6-4 to 6-0 options for the third time, as I've had to cut this a couple times. As I've said twice before, but did not make air, the 6-0 range is pretty much crap. I'd play Pat Perez if you had to, but I really would not have to if I were you. Charles Schwartzel, Masters champ, is first. He finished second here in 2018. 93rd greens in regulation, 66th around, 86th putting. Schwartzel, a decent option. Putnam is next at 6,300, who finished 5th at the Puerto Rico Open, 4th at the Arnold Palmer. Does that mean 3rd coming at the Players' Championship? Probably not, but maybe. 85th greens in regulation, 36th around, 18 putting. Putnam. Doug Gim at $6,200 is messed up, man. 32nd on approach, 78th greens, 85th around, T71st putting, 63rd driving accuracy, 92nd fives in the area. That's all the stats we look at in the top 100. Doug Gim. And how many times I got to tell you people? Bo Hogue. Play the man. For the love of God. 61st greens in regulation, 54th around, 74th putting, 101 driving accuracy, 68th par 5s in the area. Bo Hogue. I know, I love Bo Hogue. I have no idea why. He's just solid. He's just really good at the sport and gets no respect. Bo Hogue, who finished 26th last week, 32nd at the Genesis. 2 incredibly difficult golf courses that played difficult. He made the cut and flourished. 18th at the Farmers, 16th at the American Express, 36th at Waste Management, $6,100. Bo Hogue. Play the man. For the love of God. Let's get to the picks. Kevin has submitted his picks. I will try to intro them as best as possible. And he is not playing around after the Molinari-Fitzpatrick situation of 2021. He's picking the defending champ to be the first back-to-back Players' Champ in the history of the Players' Championship. He is going to pick Rory McIlroy, who has unconfirmed dated Meghan Markle in the past. They did the Ice Bucket Challenge together. I'm trying to find some information on that as we speak. That surfaced after the interview last night, Meghan Markle, Prince Harry. An incredible interview. I did not know how interested I was until I started listening. Crazy, crazy stuff. Now I'm hooked, so I will be keeping up with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry and pretty much all of that. So it is unconfirmed if Rory dated the Duchess of Sussex or the previous Duchess of Sussex because they got kicked out. So unconfirmed, but anyway, he's picking Rory McIlroy, a great pick. Like I told you people, was going to pick Victor Hovland. I've changed my mind, and I'm going with Colin Morikawa to win the Players' Championship this week. Jenks Jr. III is going with Joaquin Niemann as his top 25. A great selection. There is no real reason to believe Niemann won't finish top 25. I am going with one William, maybe not William, but definitely Will, Zalatoris. So I will go with Morikawa and Zalatoris. Jenks Jr. III, who is not here, is going with Rory McIlroy and Joaquin Niemann. That'll do it. Fantasy from the fairway. It was short. I hope it was sweet. I hope you got the information you needed or wanted to win money. Best of luck. I'm disappointed I will not be out there the next 2 days at the Players' Championship as I have been for the last few years, but it is what it is. COVID is hopefully going away soon, and we'll be back out there for Valspar coming up in May, I believe, in Tampa. Hopefully, we can hope. That'll do it. For Jenks Jr., who is not here. For me, who is here. We'll talk to you next week.